Hey everybody, it is late at night and I am Norman. Tonight we're looking at California Watch Co. This brand makes some super fun digital watches and other kinds of pieces, really affordable, and some of them are just great looking. So let us begin. So this brand focuses on surf watches and summery style pieces. I personally love the translucent digital surf watches that they make. They're absolutely amazing looking. So let's explore their catalog. The first piece on my list is the Lost Coast Solar Field Guide Trail Guide. Lost Coast Solar Field Trail Guide. This watch retails for $250. The Lost Coast line is a collection of field watches that feature solar-powered movements. They have great proportions at 38 by 43 by 7 millimeters thick. Their cases are somewhat reminiscent of pieces put out by brands like Marathon. They feature brushed cases and polished bezels and super unique dial designs. They have a minutes track of batten markers within the angled rehaut and a textured ring around the edge of the dial. Within this ring are somewhat vintage Explorer-style Arabic indices. In the center of this ring is an exposed solar panel with small 24-hour markers. There's branding below the 12 o'clock and more information printed above the 6 o'clock. They have great modern-style hands and fun pops of color here and there. When the watch is fully charged, the capacitor has a 4-month power reserve. I love the dials on these watches. They have depth to them and really interesting elements, and I actually love the exposed solar panel in the middle. As for the specifications on these watches, the case size is 38 millimeters, the lug-to-lug is 43.7 millimeters, the lug width is 20 millimeters, the case material is 316L stainless steel, the crystal is sapphire, the water resistance is 100 meters, the movement inside is an Epson AS01. Next up is the Laguna, which retails for about $200. The Lagunas are great looking, somewhat dressy, everyday wear watches. They feature applied brushed batten markers for the hour markers, with thin batten markers cut into the dial between the hours. The hands are wide stick hands that are skeletonized for the innermost half and loomed for the outermost half. The seconds hand is a great looking stick hand with a loomed rectangle near the end of the hand. The seconds hand provides a great pop of color, and the white dialed variant features a blue colored seconds hand. The case is totally round with elegant curving lugs. There's a very small bezel around the dial, and by the way, these are quartz watches. I like how these pieces are brushed and tooly, yet their design is dressy. It's really cool. As for the specifications on these watches, the case size is 40 millimeters, the case height is 9 millimeters, the case material is 316L stainless steel, the crystal is mineral, the water resistance is 50 meters, the movement inside is a Miyota 2034. Next on my list is the Hollywood, which retails for about $295. The Hollywood line is a collection of brilliant-looking Royal Oak-inspired pieces. These come in at just 32 millimeters, so they would be great for either ladies or vintage watch lovers. Given their aesthetic and thin, flat cases, they will likely wear larger than they appear on paper. The piece we're looking at is the all-silver variant, but these are available in a number of colors. They feature applied batten markers for the hours. There is no minutes track. The brand's logo is cut into the dial at the 12 o'clock position. They have great looking loomed Delphine hands. The case is brushed. Apparently, these are hand finished. However, the bevel along the edge of the bezel is polished. They have an integrated bracelet and it looks great with its extreme taper and the large center links. The crown is also octagonal in shape, and these also are quartz pieces. I actually like their smaller case size. I own a D1 Milano, and at 40, with a similar aesthetic to these, it wears huge. So I'm pretty sure these would wear like a 36 or 37 millimeter watch, perhaps. As for the specifications on these watches, the case size is a tiny 32 millimeters. The case material is 316L stainless steel. The crystal is mineral. The water resistance is 50 meters. And the movement inside these is a Seiko VX50. Next up, we have a chronograph, the Golden Gate Chrono, and these retail for about $300. So apparently this brand also makes some great looking chronograph watches. These watches aren't terribly practical as chronographs due to their extreme minimalism. The chronograph subdials don't have any markers on them. These subdials are situated below the 12 o'clock and above the 6 o'clock. The white dial variant features blue colored hands for the seconds hand and the chronograph subdial hands. The seconds hand has a great looking hollow circle near its tip. This element is somewhat oversized, which looks so good on these watches. There's a thin metal ring around the edge of the dial, and it contains applied batten markers for the hours, and the minutes markers are cut into the metal band. The branding is located inside of the 9 o'clock position. The hour and minutes hands are sticks that become needle thin about the last third of the length of the hands, somewhat syringe style. There's a small circular date window at the 3 o'clock position, and these pieces are quartz chronograph watches. I like the minimalism of these and the general elegance in their appearance. And those chronograph pushers look great. This is my personal favorite style of chronograph pusher. As for the specifications on these watches, the case size is 42 millimeters, the case height is 11 millimeters, the case material is 316L stainless steel, the crystal is mineral, the water resistance is 50 meters, and the movement inside this is a Seiko VD51. Last up, but definitely not least, the Venice Beach digital watches. These retail for $95. In my opinion, the crowning jewel of the California Watch Co. is definitely the Venice Beach line. These are the watches that first drew my attention to this brand. They were super fun, mostly translucent digital watches. These watches just scream beaches and surfing. And they were actually on my list of watches to buy way back when I was on the hunt for fun sci-fi looking watches. They are available in a number of whimsical colorways, and they're very affordable at under $100. The digital movement within these watches feature time display, calendar, stopwatch, and a 12 and 24-hour option. The battery should last about 2 years in these watches. I love transparent watches, and these are available in such fun colors. The case shape is really cool, and they did a great job of utilizing color on the buttons. I really should get one of these sometime and add it to my shelf of sci-fi watches. So there you have it, a watch brand for summertime, sun, and surfing. These are really affordable watches, and some of them are pretty brilliant, especially those transparent digital ones. Thanks for watching.